Streaming. What's happening? Let's go over here. Dun 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 dun. Oh, no. Let's try again. Interesting. All right. Well, it is what it is. InShalla and Ashe, as always, blessings to you, my energetic beings. I have a little sniffle today, but however, in Cowrie Shell divination, there's a stone of devotion, which is love and loyalty and enthusiasm for a person, hope, just being devoted. So we are actually being called to bring in our heart's devotion today, spiritually devoting to create, produce, and manifest. So it's time to really lay the foundation, the footings, and place all ideas out before you, utilizing our virtues, mine, our peace, joy, happiness, love, and integrity, if you are me. So it's like, does this bring me peace? Does this bring me joy? Etc. So if you feel anything less than, you need to send it away or return it back to center. It really is time to authentically take the lead in our outer world, leading with our heart's purpose, our divine purpose, if you will. So it's choosing those virtues like peace, joy, and love, etc., over the disruption, the drama, or the chaos. So with that, blessings, spirit into blessings to you, and welcome to today's daily snippet, if you will. I am your host. I'm a practicing holistic shaman and medium, an otherworldly life coach, if you will, a subtle energetic surgeon. But I go by the term holistic Sha medium, blending the shaman and the mediumship, those two, which is holism, shamanism, and mediumship all combined into one little module there. But my intention is to utilize the power of the indigenous technologies, the elemental realms, our original blueprint to navigate our soul's harmonic through the realm of the elementals, the elemental highway, into these imaginal realms, the mystical and the magical, with the cosmos and these subtle energies and elements and elemental beings, with offerings, prescriptions, and rituals to really add to your personal container, those ingredients, your juice. But my goal truly is to authentically merge the wisdom of these indigenous technologies, these ways, with the subtle realms into the etheric highway to assist you into navigating your prime directive, your inner genius, the star that I believe each and every one of us really all are. Just reintroducing you to the magical being that really resides within us, so you too can shine your inner light brighter. So with that, my name is Tanya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. It looks like my streams are still kind of funky. Hopefully you can see me. However, with the moon in Sagittarius, Jupiter's in Aries, so these are two fires literally lighting up the stage and feeling the blessings of the bounty through our heart center. It's that starry, starry night. It's the freedom. It's the adventure. It's Jupiter. So it is the bounty. So, are you ready to be seen? Or have you ever wondered really how many eyes are really upon you when you're out in nature? So it really is time to be seen as this elegant, masterful, magical human being that we each are, really climbing into our skin as we walk on the earth. Just notice, the frequencies and the waves that are sending out ripples like water to the depths of the earth's realm, still sending sounds and vibrations, kind of like water when you skip a stone, but the earth has its own beat, right? Sending our own unique divine blueprint into the earth realm. Keep journeying down that path. But if you haven't already, please be kind and do subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tanya D, and please hit the bell button so you too are notified. And also, if you don't mind, liking, sharing, or commenting on the videos. A comment or share gets you a message for your day. I think I said that yesterday, but it's really about the algorithm echoing it out to like-minded musers in the galactic universe, who also muse about the insights of the other world, spirit, source, elementals, and so much more, along with other social channels I'm on, like TikTok, Instagram, and my Musing with Tanya D podcast. So this is going to be all about the Archangel of Gemini coming out on Monday. So if your soul wishes to dive in deeper into the realms of the other world, head on over to my Musing Corridor. This is where I have my digital library, my Musing Corridor, to assist you and guide you. I really am your shamanic assistant. You really are your own healer. Sometimes we need an otherworldly perspective on our day-to-day world, right? So with the energy of the day, I'm actually going with the mystics, the oracles, and the world of the shaman. And if you wanted, knowing that I do pull 3 cards, you could ask yourself, what message does my heart want? Does it want message 1, message 2, message 3, or just listen to all 3 of them? Just an idea. However, our first message comes from Wter, of all things. And if you know, in the Dagara cosmology, Wter are people who ends in years 6 and 1s. So this message has both 6 and 1. So really, this is the frequency of Wter. This is flow, reconciliation, movement, peace, clarity, becoming clear about something. And again, if you wish to dive deeper, schedule a divination. And if you chose message 1, this is Wter. It's purification, regeneration. It's birthing anew. It's cleansing. So it really is like a signal. We're being signaled to transform. It's a transformation from our old self into a birthing of a new self. Wter, right? We all come from the waters, but we begin from the fires, the passion, that ignites the flame. But being like a flood, where everything gets cleansed, everything gets purified, everything gets washed away. Wter begins with no boundaries. It's boundaryless. So as soon it takes form, it separated itself from water, then it becomes under those laws of time and life, the cycles of life, cycles of the year, seasons of the year, all of these things, even seasons of the day. But being that we are in the bounty of this full moon lunar eclipse, has anybody had any epiphanies with that? Moving forward with our intuitive gifts just being maximized. This is, our psyche system is really on site, like an otherworldly sound system, if you will. So yeah, that was all kind of super juicy, magnificent for me. But after all that, so Wter, this is our purpose, kind of rising from the phoenix, our destiny, going to our heart center, this transformation of the old, going to the new, just kind of tapping into those frequencies, if you will. So yeah, that was super sussy. And hang on 1 second, I'm having a little glitch here around some things. Here we go. Something's happening here. Let me see if I can fix this. There I go. Here we are. But Wter, so this is like getting in touch with our own flow, our own waters. Something is happening. Good Lord. Well, that's okay. But just streaming forward, loving and trusting, and all of the juice of what that may or may not be. So yeah, getting in touch with our Wter, going with the flow, and recalibrating who we are and what's happening, right? So we're kind of on this track for doing all of these things. And then we have, oh, there we go. Gosh, I'm having issues this morning. Then we have the holy mountain. The mountain, the mountain is who we tell our secrets to. The mountain doesn't come to us. The mountain is who we go to. So this is their standalones in the mountain. The mountain holds all of our secrets. It's got all the juice. But our mountain is otherworldly. So it's about getting it's time to see like a bigger picture of things, a different perspective, to go out into the mountain and share your stories and get a whole new perspective on your path, and like take things forward on your journey where you are and are not going on that path. So we're kind of being called to literally go to the mountains. They're a place of power where we may encounter spirit, if you will, or where the beings of the unseen may be seen. It's like the Wter, the fierce protectors of the wild, the gods and the goddesses. But the number 25 on the card, that's being mindful of our feelings. And when we tune into being mindful of our feelings, or mindless, then spirit comes in. So it's like going to the mountain. That brings us prosperity. It brings in the elementals to the earth, the star, the fire, the ether, and more. But being our mountain, like I said, is otherworldly. So this is the medicine to really be active and to really move forward, not letting doubt or worry creating a stalemate, where we feel literally like we're stalled. We're in the stalemate, tied up. And just realizing that there's no obstacles on top of a mountain. We can leap over these challenges and get that perspective, a full view mountaintop perspective where all things can be seen. So we have everything that we need, and it's not necessary to go shopping for the things we think or believe we may need. So the mountain is calling, it's the real obstacles. Those are the ones that kind of make us lazy. I know people that have too much earth in their elemental chart. They actually become lazy because they have too much earth energy. Like they're sitting on the couch watching TV. Their lymphatic circulation is kind of desperate, I should say. So really get out, get up, get moving with that. And then our final message, I don't know if I'm streaming there, but that's okay. Just rolling with it. The hummingbird. So the hummingbird is card 26, which, if you picked card 3. So this is the juice of our day, actually. We're on a 26-degree Taurus day. So this is the frequency of our day. Loving and trusting. It's our ability to open up and receive with those heartfelt feelings and leading with our heart. Self-leadership. So hummingbirds, really, they are so cool. I have a little hummingbird nest in my shrine. I guess you could call it my spirit shed, if you will, my otherworldly insights. Everybody needs a shed, right? But hummingbirds, they're magical little beings, right? They travel the galaxy, the world. They go all over, even though they're very, very small. They travel worldwide from country to country. They're fierce protectors. These are little Wter, if you will. So really be kind, be gentle within yourself, and really protecting our sacred space. Be like a hummingbird, and are you ready to go on a vision quest? Leaving all the shift all behind and journey forward, heading for the hills, going to the mountain flowers, and trusting that inner voice, that call, our inner voice of wisdom and what it is whispering to us. So this kind of is a superpower, this little hummingbird, teaching us to be still, even when we are in motion. So just trusting our inner knowing, this inner nectar, if you will, it's lighting up. So if you're failing to act, when is the time right? That can really spoil all the treasures, all the fun. So it's feeling as if our day-to-day, our safety, security, survival, our root center is more important than seeing into the unknown and taking a journey. That's where we're going to find ourselves working harder, Saturn, to achieve what's being freely offered. And being that Saturn is in Aquarius, that is otherworldly frequencies, right? Seeing things with new eyes, just being mindful, even in the chaos of our day-to-day world. So really listening to the hum of the hummingbird, calling you, whispering, if you will, the little hum, if you will, that it's time to get out, set some new waters, go to the mountain and hum or buzz like a hummingbird. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. I'd rather do the frequency. And then on the elemental highway, we had the mountain, we had air, the hummingbird, water, so kind of a really amazing elemental fit. But our yang metal horse of a day, lots of fire, Zhang Wu, so it really is pretty fired up, I would say. The south, that's the phoenix is rising from the ashes, so we have fire to forge our day, yin fire, reshaping our day, yang metal. But at the hour of the dog, we're going to have a fire trinity. In the hour of the sheep, we're going to have a fire direction. So fire is pretty fiery today. But our day, our little metal dude up there, even though he's big metal, he's very weak. He's feeble. So fire is this asset, but we need water to cool down our day. And metal would also be a great asset for our frequency of today. We do have water, big water, a lake, a big pond in the mountains to cool down. But the horse, that's going to create that useful tool for our day. So it can prune and our day can prune the nature, if you will, cut the grass, trim the trees. But wet earth, we also need some wet earth. We've got dry earth, but we have no wet earth, even though it's hidden. So, to bring moisture to the soil, earth houses metal. It supports it. It's a resource. So metal, the mountain, we definitely need more of those. Maybe it's a day to take a drive out into nature where we have this communication God actually happening on the month, which is our neighborhood. So that is writing, sales, communication, storytelling, all the things that are communication, right? Telling the stories, writing the novels, authors, stuff like that. And on the year, we actually have another super god, which is the artist. Kind of reminds me of that book, The Artist's Way, just having extraordinary artistic skills, fine taste for luxury, gourmet foods. So this really adds to the spice of the month, God, adding more communication, writing, public speaking, intellectual. So they're both on there. So I would for sure go to the mountain today, ground into the magic of the mountain, tell your stories to the mountain with the elements of the day. Go to the mountain and use your voice to listen to the mountain and be your own inner authority, knowing your own skills. It really is kind of a take charge of your life kind of a day, taking your goals to the next level. If you want to raise, ask for it. Before you act, first act and really go with the stream of your feelings, the flow of the water. So are you calm, cool, collected? Is this going to offer you peace in your day-to-day world? I mean, I always go for peace. Anything that disrupts my peace, I generally remove. So when we are in the flow, like water, we are in the field. We're in this resonance field, just like the earth. There's no boulders or rocks creating a dam. So being in the streams of like fearless faith, if you will, just knowing divine has your back, right? So are you ready to take a stand in promoting your own spiritual assignment, your acumen, whatever feels as if you are the hummingbird buzzing around, inspiriting or inspiring your heart, filling and feeding those fires of our day, anything that's on the path. So it really is being fearless and having faith, having the trust, holding faith. It is a task, right? So you may be in the threads of innovating your future too. So what do you believe? So for me, if I believe it, it then becomes reality. It manifests. So where I'm streaming in the channels this year, I also sense that our new year, our birthday, it really kind of starts 3 months before our born day as well. So not really New Year's resolutions until your birthday. Just a thought there, kind of muse on that. And be the mirror of reflection. See how far you've actually journeyed from the previous year to this now moment. So it's like, are you believing in yourself more over the previous year? So it's time to protect our investments, which is us. We are our greatest asset, right? So it's taking time, taking the space, being devoted to our heart space, heartfelt devotion to ourselves, and really asking spirit to be our guide, to take us on the path that's for our highest spiritual acumen, like elevating us. So you may find that everyone around you is also owning up to their own innate power today. So there's no need to take anything personal. Just kind of muse about it, if you will. So with our third eye online, you may see color coming in if you're visual. If you haven't taken the Change Your Stars quiz, see what your elemental gifts or your intuitive gifts are. We can bring in the sound of the Oooooo, the Mongolian rock band. I love them. It's that guttural throat music, if you will. Go to the mountain, the top of the range, seeing a new birthing perspective. And, I would probably do that guttural low throat tonality to the mountain. Even the Om channels online, but I myself prefer the sound of silence. I don't even listen to music when I'm driving. I just like the sound of the world around me, like listening to the senses, I guess. So I would affirm myself that I am streaming in my own personal virtues. And again, I would go to my go-tos, peace is really water, joy is fire, happiness earth, love is more fire, and also integrity. So it really is time to stream in those waters, our own personal devotion to our outer world, and like, what does that look like? What is streaming in? And in doing so, it creates the peace, it creates the joy, the happiness, even the giddiness of life, if you will. Just feeling into our own heart chalice, choose your heart first, your feelings first. And sometimes we have to pull a weed or two, right? They disrupt our energetic frequency, and that's okay. Those are also called boundaries, which most people don't have boundaries, and it creates disruption when you have one. So, with all of that, thanks for my little energetic hiccup there. That was kind of funny. And I still don't know if I'm streaming on all my channels, but again, Ashe, and thanks for tuning in. I will see you on the other side.